I do love that intro. That's such nice music, isn't it? Hello, folks.
So relaxing.
It is. Welcome to the third Lego Talks of Time. I am Rob. This is Kevin. How are we doing,
I'm
Kevin?
Kevin. It's a pleasure to be here once again. It's been a wild, wet, and hot summer, and we're all just kind of here to kick back and hang out with our good friend right down there.
This is, yes, please welcome Sulin to
Hello.
Lego Talks. This is purely done on a European time right now because 2/3 of the people here are European, and
you know what?
Most of the chat is European as well. So
a cheeky little like three o'clock stream. It just sounded nice. To kick off the weekend.
It is. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. So, Sulin, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've finished work for the week. I have a beer. I have Lego. What more do you want?
I mean, that's so true. This is a perfect way to start a weekend. So, Kev, do you want to tell us what we're going to get up to?
Sure. So, if you're new to the show and the idea, we're going to chat with our good friend Sulin here while we build with Legos. We are going to be building off of a single prompt. You're free to interpret it however you wish. And I believe our prompt for this week, we thought it'd be nice to have something kind of like IEL focused for you, Sulin. I had a couple other ideas that maybe we'll save for future ones, but something native to the IEL waste is the butt rock. So I think we're all gonna try to do our own special interpretation of a butt rock, and I don't know if this chat would know what that is. I don't know if that's something that
I don't know.
Well, I know what it is.
So yeah, butt rock comes from another show that I do with four glorious co-hosts: Wise One Shelley, Roof Mistress Leia, Bane and Shead, and Melindra. And it sort of stemmed from a certain scene from Wheel of Time, which is obviously how we all became friends. And it's become a staple of that show, and it started to appear elsewhere in the fandom. Other people now mention it. It's getting out there in the zeitgeist. It's
catching.
It's catching, and that concerns me because it's gonna make its way to the show at some point, to the show folks.
I've had to deal with that a little bit already.
With your Trolloc creations, shall we say?
Yeah, with like the tampon tassels. I think that was a famous one that got shared in the group chat by Sarah, which is
Yeah.
Let's just say they know their audience with the content that they're putting out these days for promotional stuff.
True.
So
we all collectively have taste.
Yes.
We are, as your T-shirt says, statistically the best. So we're just keeping it going. So that is the prompt, and we're just going to chat for like an hour. And whilst doing that, we're going to build some Legos. So I have some Lego in front of me. I have a poor selection of Lego. Small pieces, so it's always cumbersome for me to build. But
it'll be very detailed, though.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Sulin, your collection, from what you showed me in pre-show, is pretty impressive.
Do you want me to show you it?
I mean, yeah, let's show off your Lego a little bit. And maybe tell us like how you came to. Maybe we'll kick it off there. Like, how did you come to have such a impressive collection of Lego?
That's the little bits,
oh boy.
and then that's the big bits. Hang on, there we go. No, there we go. Nope, that's me. Why am I looking at the screen to coordinate this when I should be looking at the Lego? There you go. Well,
perfect.
Like most people, I loved Lego as a kid, and I had quite a lot, and then as any dad does for his young daughter when she's about 10, he starts buying every very, very expensive Harry Potter set of Lego possible. So actually this box is only the Harry Potter Lego that is deconstructed, because trans lives matter, so it goes into
naturally.
So
yes.
I feel like I'm doing quite well actually for the IEL theme, because I've got lots of greys, lots of creams. Like, I could get some good skin colouring.
A
going
good
for the
cream
butt
for
rock.
your butt rock.
Yeah,
Cream
yeah.
for the
I've got
butt
these.
rock.
I've got some little flames and all sorts. So yeah,
Oh, maybe he are also partook in the What One challenge.
he had the tent. Look at that.
Ah, there we go. You even have that as well. That's incredible. You clearly
Maybe-
understood the assignment. My Legos are a wild array of colors, so mine will not be blending in. But it's butt rock; it doesn't need to blend. So
It'll be
that's what
colorful. It'll be a colorful
what I'm
one.
saying there. I had an idea of how I might build this, and it's already not turned out to that. So this is going to be interesting, folks.
Yeah, I didn't really spend a lot of time mentally visualizing what this is going to be like. Trying to like in the moment build in my head what it might look like.
The butt rock needs to come from the heart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm
That
spending too
feels
much
right.
in my time. Too much time in my head, not enough time in my butt. So you had to you alluded that you had to pick up these Lego from your dad's place, and
Yeah.
it sounds like there might be an interesting anecdote that comes with that story.
No, it's like like a lot of people, my folks are separated. So I always had 2 bedrooms as a kid because I have my bedroom at my mum's and bedroom at my dad's. And but like the bedroom at my dad's was always like the Lego, the Polly Pocket, this awful Cinderella castle that me and my dad still argue about to this day because I say he bought the wrong one. He's like, that's the one in the catalogue, and I'm adamant it wasn't because I wanted the Disney branded one and he bought the off-brand one. And so when my dad moved from London up to just north of York, which is about 200 miles away for people on the other side of the pond who might not know. So now if I want to like get any of that stuff, I have to come up north, and it's like, but the only stuff that made the move is the Lego and like some really creepy clown teddies that I inherited.
Did you pick those up as well?
Yeah, creepy teddies, man. Ooh.
Yeah, so I have 2 really creepy like clown teddies that again inherited from like his side of the family, and but now every time I come up, I try and scare them and put there's one which is like half the size of a human, and I like put it in stupid places around the house. So like, and it gets really dark. So like, I'll put it like in their cupboard, or I'll put it like their wardrobe, or it'll be under the bed. It'll be in like the dog bed in the dog's pajamas. I did hang it from the rafters once.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it but every time it freaks them out. I've put it in the shower. It's just one of those like stupid little pranks that I do whenever I'm here, and obviously they're thrilled that I spend all that time putting effort into where's the bloody clown gonna hide.
Okay, so important questions now. Can anybody hear you? And if not, can you tell us if you have any pranks planned for this trip?
No one can hear me.
Okay.
Oh, phew. Okay, good.
I do.
Good.
So I got the clown out earlier, and I went to put it in the dog's bed, but then the dog started eating the clown. So so I had to remove it again. So I'm gonna have to have another think. We've got a big family barbecue on Sunday, so I wonder if I can work that into it somehow. You know, because my dad spent all day, you know, watering the plants and dusting the piano and all of this sort of stuff. So I wonder if I can ruin all his hard work by.
So he doesn't have to clean anymore. He's done cleaning.
Yeah, he is. So I feel like now's the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I could put it in like the room that my aunt's going to stay in or something, and creep her out.
That's a solid shout. So here's an update for people watching at home. Because if you're listening on the podcast, obviously you won't see. You'll have to hit up Kevin's Twitter account to find pictures of our finished butt rocks. But I'm starting off. I just want to make sure there's like a nice crevice for quenching of the spears, as Melindra
like
put. So
that.
yeah. Now I'm going to try and create like a curvature of the top. This is where the smaller bricks might work in my favor. Maybe.
I was gonna say you're gonna have a huge advantage there.
It might not work in my favor. You'd never know. This is it's always a challenge, but it's a challenge I enjoy, especially on my teeny tiny desk.
I've got faith. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, once again, I might be going on the too large scale. I feel like I usually end up making things that are a bit larger than I expect them to be. But I think I just can't help but use those panel tricks that we learned. It just helps with the volume so much.
Yeah, Michael really was that Michael or was that
It was his daughter.
It was his daughter that came up with that trick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Game changer, that one. So
I like that
Oh, you can hear
Iris
it.
said that they can hear. It's like,
Oh, that's right. There's chat. I forgot that there's a chat.
There
as
is a
long as
chat,
as long
yes.
as no one tells my dad, it's
yeah,
fine.
no one tell Dad, and we're good. We're solid. We're in. I've just found the most perfect pieces that are gonna game change the. This is a weird statement, but I'm saying it anyway. Gonna game change the crevice. Of
Oh,
rock.
yeah.
So, Melindra, that one's for you. I should actually send them a message to be like, can't talk, too busy building butt rock on Lego Talks.
Aha, that's what I was looking for.
Too busy to chat.
Building butts.
Yeah, I mean, we're not skipping leg day, or if anything, we're doing it in the most creative way possible. Okay,
Yes.
I think that'll work. Excellent.
Randomly, I've decided to try and get color coordinated, which I don't normally try and do, but only on one certain level of this. The rest of it is not getting color coordinated, so I don't know why, but that's the path I've chosen apparently.
Why isn't the Lego going in? Oh god.
Temperamental.
Temperamental Lego
Am I
is
just
never
being really
fun.
daft?
So obviously you've enjoyed this show from the chat before. How does
Yeah.
it feel so far to be behind? Be behind the mic for Lego chat.
It's good. I'm enjoying being behind the mic. Mostly because that means I get to play with Lego. Although I guess it would be quite smart to listen to this and be playing with Lego at the same time.
Oh, have you done that yet?
No, I haven't, which feels a bit remiss, really.
I mean, we always encourage the playing of Lego, especially whilst listening. But the joy of this is it's a podcast as well as a live stream. So if you don't catch us live, you're like, I want to see what the deal was. But you don't have time to watch the video. I drive, I have a long commute, whatever it might be. You can hop over to Kevin's podcast and listen to all of this.
Oh my
I
god!
cut it out.
I found a pillar.
What was that from? You have to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, just now I'm imagining the uses for butt rock. I've kind of stapled myself in here. I'm not getting any clear. I need to. Also, chat is can't lose. Okay. So, because you forgot about chat. Chat is offended.
Right. Sorry, I'm so sorry, chat. Honestly, to be fair, this is actually probably the first time I've acknowledged you over the course of the 3 times that we've done this.
Yeah, when we did this the first, although we had, it was a big live environment. There were all 4 of us were in person.
True.
For that
That's
one.
true.
So if anything, chat should be grateful that you bothered to acknowledge them this time.
For once.
For once, yes.
Oh,
Chat,
I'm
he
so sorry,
recognized you
chat.
were there.
So
It's
sorry.
okay.
This isn't the Aiel show, but you know what I've got a little bit.
There we go. Yeah, he's got that. There we go. In honor of Sulin, we're going to say he's got that.
Can you hear me crawling through the box?
Yeah, that's part of the fun, though.
It is part of the fun. Yeah.
There's, I feel like when I'm editing, especially audio, I hyperfixate on the things that literally nobody else will notice while they're listening to something because they're not listening to it with a fine-tooth comb, metaphorically speaking, of course. And things like the crinkling or mouth noises or background noise, I feel like I normally obsess about. But with this show, I'm trying to just maintain the same vibe of that's just part of the experience. It's the ASMR of it.
It is indeed. So I'm glad to hear that, Kev.
Okay.
There's no need to
revise
stress
my
about it.
plans.
Yeah.
So, all right. I have tweaked my design, so now I can start building some curve to the cheeks.
The devil will be
Nice.
in the details of this one. I'm not feeling so good anymore.
I've already
I-
deconstructed mine.
Oh no.
I did. Which one did I do that with, Kev? I did deconstruct one, didn't I? I can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
that's right. Yeah, I think there was one point where
I was like,
the
I need
White
to change
Tower or
this
the
up.
Waygate.
Oh no, I think it was the White Tower. I don't think I rebuilt the Waygate, but I definitely
Yeah.
I definitely rebuilt the White Tower last time. So
Okay, I think I've got some cheeks.
you're okay? You think you're making it?
Yeah.
Nice. So when
Just
you
the
built
crevice
Legos, would you build them with your dad, or would it be
No,
no? You would
that
just
was.
build
I
them
mean,
solo.
for him, that's just put the child in a room and she occupies herself for a few hours. Surely.
There is
Okay.
value in that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. And you would just crazy build. You would build to maps, like or
I mean,
guides or
both.
something.
With the normal Lego, chances are I would build a pyramid like 99% of the time.
Okay.
We did used to have this running thing where we try and build a tower, which was like, maybe like I'm trying to think. Where's like a like a 2x4. So like
Mhm.
4 2x4s in bulk, and that would be like as wide as it could be, and see how high we could get it while it was freestanding. And we got it pretty high. Like we got it like maybe halfway up the walls. And my dad used to live in this like big old Victorian flat, so they're really high ceilings. And that used to be quite fun. But no, like a lot of it was like I've just spent, I don't know, £120 on some ridiculous castle or Hagrid's hut or whatever it was. Go and entertain yourself for the weekend. And then it would sit there, and I had this like desk at my dad's, and that was just for Harry Potter Lego. I've probably got a photo of it somewhere.
Nice.
Oh, can I build?
There's a lot of love in chat for you, Sulin, by the way. Kylie has come here
yeah.
for you.
Well, Kylie, as much as I love that, you should, probably hang out for the boys as well.
I mean, we're not that cool, we just have a space for Lego,
They're
and we invite
alright.
folks in to come hang out. So that's our goal. Create a fun space for people to come and just chat and be themselves. So
There's no pressure.
exactly.
I need to make this.
So
There is a little bit of pressure right now, but go ahead.
yeah. No, I was just gonna say. So obviously, Legos is at your dad's. That's a thing there.
Yeah.
What was like the distract the kid thing at your mother's? Like, what would that be?
Oh God. When I was a kid, I had Barbie dolls.
Fair.
Like every good girl, I had. But my mum would never buy them new because we weren't particularly well off. So we get like second-hand ones from the charity shop or thrift store, and like I remember one Christmas, and this is going to sound really ridiculous, but I got 150 Barbies for one Christmas.
Whoa.
But
What?
like they were all like, yeah, I know, and so he'd wrap them all like individually, and then clearly got bored of wrapping them all halfway through. And started like double wrapping them because they're all loose, like they weren't in any boxes or anything.
Mate.
And so I opened them all, and they were all like, it was like all the Barbies that you wouldn't want. So I had like a Michael Jackson Barbie, proper, yeah, a David Beckham Barbie,
Of course.
Skipper, but I cut all of Skipper's hair off.
Poor Skipper.
I know. And then, oh God, what else did I have? And I also got these, like, I don't know if other girls had them. Like, they were these, like, fairy things. And they were, like, you'd, like, press a button and they'd, like, pop up. And they were on, like, a propeller. And they'd, like, whiz down.
Oh.
And then I remember one year, I came home and my mum had got this like big box, and there was like a brand new Barbie and a brand new set of these propeller fairy things. And I opened it and I didn't really like the propeller fairy thing, and I was livid because she'd got rid of the old one. But then, well, as it turns out, what had happened was a girl from my school. Her mum had 7 children, all under the age of 10, and their house burnt down.
Oh, God.
And so every single thing in their house was completely gone. And so what my mum had done is gone through all of our toys and everything and donated them so that the kids had stuff. And obviously she'd replaced our stuff with, with a couple of new things, which obviously is completely fine. I just remember being livid that she'd taken like my favorite toy and replaced it with one that wasn't as good. Now, obviously, in hindsight, I was probably not acting the best. But when you're, because I must have been in year 4. So what's that? 8?
That makes you what, like 8? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's hard,
young
though.
year 4. It's like it's hard to let go of something that you've got like that level of emotional investment in.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're unprepared for it as well.
Yeah, I feel like if she'd warned us, or if she'd said, like, look, this is the deal. We want to, and I probably would have been fine. But it was it was the taking it. Because if she'd said to us, go and round up some of your toys, I would have. I just wouldn't have donated that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I remember being so angry about that for ages.
Justifiably. I mean, to be fair, like you said, like it's not the act of the toys being given away in particular that's upsetting about it. It's the lack of choice or discussion about it. Just kind of like because it's like it's a tough one, but I would equally have been angry about that for years to come, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, when I got to I'm going back to the origin of this question, which is what stuff at my mum's house. When I got to like 14, 15, it was just all fan fiction all day long. That's all I did. And listen to My Chemical Romance on repeat. Yeah.
Writing it or?
When I was younger, yeah. There's some truly terrible fan fiction by yours truly out there.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that you have to read anything out if you wanted to, but we wouldn't say no.
You stumbled across it.
Yeah, I mean, if it just happened to be there.
The only thing I have going for me on that is that I never wrote smut. So you can't all laugh at my failed smut, but you can laugh at my failed attempt at being serious.
Okay. I mean, you say fan fiction. What was the fan fiction about?
It was all Harry Potter. Like when I, like the Lego was Harry. I was obsessed. It was a big part of my childhood. It's all, as it was for a lot of people. Obviously,
understandably, yeah.
Not involved with it. Well, I still read fan fiction, but I'm not. I don't engage with the Harry Potter stuff anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's very valid.
But yeah, and I reckon I was saying this on a Discord earlier this week actually. I reckon I've read 50,000 different fan fictions. If I've been reading them for 17 years, and I probably average 2,000 a year.
That's fascinating to me because I don't think I've read a single one ever. So like it's very interesting always to be involved in the fandom in the way I am now and see people posting about reading it and seeing the people that consume it just because it's just not something I've ever thought to do. Yeah,
it's I mean, I feel like Wheel of Time is something I would never read the fan fiction for.
Right.
I think I just don't want to have another headcanon for Wheel of Time. Whereas, like, Harry Potter, I very much did. Like, I was like, no, I think Hermione getting together with Ron's stupid because he's clearly emotionally manipulative. So let me go and read all these stories where she gets together with someone who is equally as emotionally manipulative.
Was there do you have a preference on her?
Oh God,
who her partner
Hermione
should be?
Draco,
Hermione Draco? Is
Snape,
that's the train you're on?
Hermione.
Sorry, did you say Hermione Snape?
Oh, that's some great smut.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I imagine there is some
Tom
there's
Riddle, time travel fic.
time travel
There's
fic.
so many. I read 3 new Hermione Tom Riddle ones literally like 2 weeks ago. All of them over 200,000 words long. And for context, the first Harry Potter book is 100,000 words.
Wow.
When people really love something, they really love
Yeah.
it.
I mean, yeah, when people love it, they make shows about it. They play Lego about it.
Weird
oh,
how.
Oh wait, yeah, like.
I was gonna say, actually, you're kind of making a show about your own Wheel of Time fan fictions.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what the Flickerverse is, isn't it?
Does this look like a butt cheek to you guys?
Wow.
It's a little bit. It's very thin.
What's the red thing on the side?
Oh, that's going to be the connector part for the other cheek. So I was just.
Oh gosh.
I haven't quite decided yet.
Oh, I know how I should do it. Oh, I've misvisioned it. Misvisioned.
That works. I'm okay.
My
with that.
original vision was wrong,
yeah.
and I've just realised how I need to do this. I was thinking from the side, and I need to think from the top.
Mhm.
Oh,
I am going with a Melindra-esque inspiration.
so it's saucy.
And thinking of the actual. Well, yeah, I mean anything Melindra usually is. That's quite true. But going with the actual like butt rock itself, as opposed to the butt rock we were talking about. So yeah.
I can see Uno in chat has asked, when is the Trolloc fanfiction coming out, Kevin?
I think I've written one once.
Wait, didn't we say somewhere, Kev, that you were going to write something and I was going to narrate it?
Oh, that's right. It was about the Ewok Trolloc.
The Ewok Trolloc, yes.
Where
did that come from?
From the Water Holiday, I think.
Oh, that's from Water. Oh, wow. We should do it because we're about to start prepping up for that, so we should probably do that if we promised that from last year's.
That's a good idea, yeah. Because I made the Photoshop for it. I remember doing that.
Right.
And then life happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
life does like to get in the way.
It does. It's a messy one. It's a saucy little lady sometimes.
Yes, that is very true. So clearly, but yeah, going to carry on with the actual inspiration of the butt rocks. My butt rock is clearly, just judging by the little pieces that you guys have shown, is going to be far smaller than your butt rocks. But
like I said, your minimalist approach though is great.
Yeah, it does. Like I've had to make it a bit. It was like very one-sided. It was almost like I was making the picture version, where it's 2D. I'm like, no, I need to give this a little bit of dimensions in other directions. So I've kind of worked on that where I can with this limited. I'm now down basically to the 2 point bricks that are just and now to using those.
You're digging deep.
Yeah, I am digging deep. That's the problem. I need to actually get some Legos. So, yes, this is a good prompt for this week. So, because we did Waygates the first time, White Tower last time. So, I think this
is really making us work
prompt.
for it. It's an abstract one.
It is an abstract one. This is very, very true. So, I realized when you said about the 150 Barbies, Sulin, we never discussed what you did with 150 Barbies.
Oh yes.
I mean, they all married each other. That's what most people do with Barbies, right? They all definitely married each other. I think there was probably some cheating involved because I only had like 3 blokes, which was like which were Michael Jackson, David Beckham, and I think I had 1 Ken. So they got around.
Yeah, I'm just like, how do you even like fit them? Like, you have to like a space that's this is my Barbie space, where like all my Barbies
Oh,
live,
I
Like
have
some
a
people have
feeling.
like a book corner or something. You have like a Barbie corner, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, they might have just been in like a big box or something. Like nothing compared to I had over 300 Beanie Babies. I'm sounding like such a spoiled child right now, but I had over 300 Beanie Babies, and they were kept at my dad's, and they were kept in, like big long skirts that old ladies wear. So
Mhm.
my nana made one of hers, like sewed it up at one end, and then like did like drawstring around the other end, so it was like this giant sack. And then I'd drag out the sack of Beanie Babies, and I would play with them on the floor. That was great because they all had relationships.
Mhm.
Like, so the elephant Peanuts was married to the giraffe,
Of course.
which is
Yeah.
obviously. I had like a lot of the cats were paired up, and they were usually paired up based on when I got them, because we used to go to the market once a week, and there was a stall that sold them for £5, so I'd get one a week when I went to my dad's.
Nice.
And I'm trying to think what else. And eventually I started like spending my pocket money on them, so I would get like the big version of them, and then obviously you had all the McDonald's ones that we used to have. So like I had like the blue elephant Peanuts, I had him in all 3 sizes, and obviously like the little ones were the children of, so the little elephant and the little giraffe were children's of the big elephant, and they had little families. I have a feeling at one point there was like a court.
A kangaroo court of sorts?
Yeah, sort of. I think I might have had the kangaroo. But yeah, no, I mean, I had my own room until I was like 14, 15, and then my stepsister moved in to live with us, so I had to share. So then a lot of stuff had to go. I know,
Right.
Devastating.
Yeah.
Although by that point I was probably past the point of actually playing with them anymore.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's still your stuff,
Yeah, I mean, all the eventually it all went to charity shops.
Nice.
They all got donated. I
Now
might
I'm
have
getting
tried
Toy
to
Story
sell some of the
vibes.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I assume we all cried like babies when that happened.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. That movie caught me off guard.
I really think my vision is going to be quite difficult to execute.
I am significantly running out of suitable pieces, so I might be trying to like top the curve. Hello, Andrew Dash has just popped in. Thank you to everyone who's just hanging out. I realize this is, for the vast majority of folks that would normally watch Lego Talks. I say that like we have like a huge
loyal
crowd that turns
base.
up week in, week out. Considering we do this, we were going to try and do this like once a month, Kev. I think we've averaged this once every 6 or 7 weeks, haven't we? So
we're working on it. Yeah, it's a curve.
It's a curve. It's getting there. We're still working on the format sometimes, aren't we? So
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because every time we've done it differently. First off, we did this in person, so I just used a different streaming thing. Then we were all digital. And then this time I've gone back to an old streaming software, so it's just like changing it up every time, keeping us honest.
Yeah, we're gonna find the perfect way to run it, and then we'll never have to think about it again.
Absolutely, that is just so true. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who's popped in.
It doesn't work.
Well, it wouldn't be a Rob stream, or Rob wouldn't be involved in the stream if it didn't run slightly cuckoo sometimes. It's like a signature thing for mine. This is why they don't let me run television programs.
Not yet, though. I mean, to be fair, I feel like there are a lot of faux pas that happen on television.
This is true. Yeah, they just have a delay; they can cut it out before it goes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I love that magic delay button, don't you? So
You ever think about that? Like you said something like, "Oh, maybe we should just use the delay and just cut that out real quick."
that would be amazing if it could be done. But yeah, I feel that would be a struggle with the YouTube setup. So
Probably a little bit.
yeah.
We're making a wish list. That's all.
We are indeed. So, how is you say you've envisioned it wrong slightly, Sulin? How do you feel you're coming? Are you getting it back to where you think it should be?
Sort of. I've just been struggling to find the right piece, which I think I've vaguely got now. So I'm having to use a different color, which has annoyed me. But it's
Actually,
slow. Hang on, I can hang on. Work in
very
progress.
quickly-
It kind of looks a little bit more like a coliseum. I'm not gonna lie, but
wow.
but I've worked out where I went wrong, and
Sorry,
now I can.
but
and now I can fix it.
I've mine is adapted since I started going, so now I'm just trying to make it work a certain way, and then I think Mel is going to be particularly proud of the creation. So I might have to speak to Nils. I think Nils might be in chat. Nils, I might have a project in mind that you and I could collaborate on as something for. We'll just say something for friends, and we'll leave that there. So I think
Nils loves to help friends.
he does. Ah, yes, it's achieved what I wanted it to achieve.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
I found the right piece.
Like I'm almost certainly down to like just single bricks now. If I actually went through and picked out, I think I love that Nils just said he's down in chat.
Perfect.
Yeah, if I pick them out, I've probably got like maybe 20 bricks that aren't single bricks, and then like a 200 single brick. You know, maybe a little bit more than the 20 that aren't the single bricks actually, but yeah, not a huge amount. So
There will have to be a point where I either have to buy more or deconstruct the previous episode ones because I've got them both on my shelf behind me.
Nice.
Oh.
So I've still
I
got
always
them,
have to deconstruct mine, so
Obviously, I don't think I could keep. Yeah, I've got like the base of the Waygate I had made, but the White Tower is up there. But yeah, it's I'm running thin. I was a bit ambitious with my vision, and I haven't put enough thought into the crack yet, which I really need to start doing.
That's where I realized I was going wrong. The crevice.
I built from the. Okay, this is a sentence.
You built from the crack.
I built from the crack outwards.
That's so smart, though. Yes,
I
the
said
prompt
that-
is butt rock. Yes.
Yes, it is fast rider. Yes. Yeah, that's wow. That's a sentence, isn't it?
How vulgar are you expecting these to be?
Whatever your heart desires, I would say.
Mhm.
Unless Kev has a different opinion.
No, we've got an explicit rating to ruin my
Okay.
chances in the algorithm. So yeah, you're good.
Awesome. That's exactly. Oh my god. Oh my god. I found
Oh,
a
boy.
piece that can be a sphincter.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. We're in the weeds now. This is
We are,
officially
yeah.
when the
This is
Lego
what
talk
you
has,
knew this would
has
happen
kicked in.
when you invited
No,
me.
this is-
as a friendly warning. We got I want to say about 15 minutes left. We usually run for about an hour, so
Yeah.
we're going to say about 15 minutes. So you can get going there. So Sulin, I'm not sure if this has been asked, but obviously we all met because of Wheel of Time.
Mhm.
And I'm curious how you got into Wheel of Time, and how that led to you picking the Aiel and your tattoo, and so on and so forth.
My friend and I argue about this because he says he recommended books to me, and I disagree. I think I found them in a bookshop after I binged Game of Thrones and wanted something else to read. But perhaps it was a combination. Perhaps I'd finished Game of Thrones, wanted something else to read. He recommended them. So this was back in, I think, 2011. And I didn't complete them until 2013. I read them over 2 summers at uni. As you do, you get to the end and you immediately reread, because I was like,
Yeah.
There is so much that I've not understood, or that I need to go back and now like get all the hints and all of that sort of thing. And then didn't read them again, picked them up again in about 2016. And I've read them every year since.
Nice.
Obviously, show comes out, or the show starts sort of advertising that it's coming out. So I think I, like most people, logged online to see what was out there about it. I was definitely there. Like, I definitely tuned in for the original trailer guide on Dusty Will, and I remember looking at chat and being in chat, but like not knowing anyone or not really being a part of it at that point. And I think it was probably around that time that I think I might have already chosen Sulin at that point, because I had a look to see what characters were available, because I saw that sort of that was the thing that people were doing. And I was sort of debating, well, either an Aiel or Begita, as you know, kick-ass female characters. And there were a few Begitas out there, and obviously I saw all of my spear sisters, you know, Tigraine and Bane and Chiad and Mel and Amis and Roof Mistress Leia. They were all there, so I was like, okay, well, what maiden, you know, it has not got any representation yet, and I couldn't see a Sulin, and I was like, yes, well, she's the best one anyway, so I've looked into this.
You fools, you have lost already.
Yeah, exactly. Much G to me for getting Sulin. So yeah, I picked Sulin, and I think sort of the rest is history. But it was so nice to, like, I think in hindsight, it was a really clever way of doing it, because it meant that, like, when I went to like my first con, like I could be like, hi, I'm an Aiel too. And it was just like something immediately to bond over and to like have a conversation about, which was great. And I remember thinking like, oh, I must meet those people. Out of like all the people, I must meet like the other people who like to stab things. So like it was a really good like way into the fandom for me and the community. And I already had the tattoo at that point. I got the tattoo in 2020, must have been 2021, because it was my 30th birthday present for myself. And like a lot of people when they get to 30 or around about that age, I had a bit of a midlife crisis, as we all do. You know, I'd come to the end of a long-term relationship, and I'd moved house, and like I was friends with different people, and I'd always been too scared to get a tattoo. But I had like loads of ideas about, you know, what I would get if I got a tattoo. And as a kid, it was like, well, it'll always be a Harry Potter tattoo. It will say always, and blah, blah, blah. And obviously I could not then, in good faith, go ahead with that after all of the transphobic stuff. So I started looking at new things. And so the first tattoo I got was actually from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
Oh, the symbols.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it
kind of looks like you're summoning the Aelfin as well. It's
it is a bit. And then I got the bug, and so booked a second one in almost immediately. And I'd seen loads of people who've got this tattoo, but for Lord of the Rings. You know, they've got the Shire and Mordor and all of that. And I was like, well, that's awesome, but I want Wheel of Time. Like, and I couldn't see anyone that had done it. And I spent so long going over it all and, you know, double checking all the spelling and, oh God, like, even like going through the list of all the like places that are on the map and being like, well, that's a city state. Am I going to include city states? Well, if I've got Farmadding, do I need to include Valdara? Do I need to include like the different steading? And then I was like, well, eventually it will fade, so I can't have too much. So I think I've got like, I know I've got Farmadding. I know I've got Tavalin, because you can't not have Tavalin, but that means you have to have Farmadding. And a bunch of like other stuff like that. And I have actually seen it. I think Rob, I might have told you this at WhatCon. I realised I got a bloody spelling mistake on it.
Oh no!
I know.
Yeah, you did mention that. Yeah,
Which
I
is
didn't want to bring it up, but you've
bit
brought it up,
tragic. Yeah, which I'm a bit furious at myself for. But I think it's because I pronounce it wrong, so I've gone with how I pronounce it.
Oh, so it's like an aluminium thing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Gildan, and I've put the E at the end, so it's like Gildine. So stupid. But it's
not
fine.
stupid.
It means no one else will make that mistake.
Exactly.
So
you
mine will
have
be unique.
you have a one-of-a-kind tattoo, so
It's only
yeah.
forever.
Exactly.
That is what they say.
Only
isn't
forever.
What else do I need to do on this?
it? And I will say, you know, we did give like Tom like a 10-minute, 1-minute warning, so you know you'll have a little bit of wiggle room if you need a little extra time, but
Yeah.
he got a lot of extra time because he bit off a bit more than he could chew with his white tower.
I feel like I've done that. That's fine.
That's
We'll
okay,
make
though.
it work. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
I think I was I don't know, maybe I was just too ready for this. And also my limited number of bricks has taught me efficiency, I'm going to say. So like I'm and this is no
You're
pressure,
done.
take your time, but I'm done. I've been done for about 6-7 minutes. I've just sat here watching the two of you. It's been quite nice.
I'm impressed.
So yeah, no pressure. I say I discovered a goal halfway through that I wanted to achieve, and I have now achieved said goal. So
fancy.
yeah, so fancy. Yeah,
Golf claps.
Very nice.
for-
all the claps. Nils, no, you have to see the butt rock at the end, Nils. It's the reveal at the
Gotta
end.
wait for the
That's why.
reveal.
Is that
yeah, you
gonna
gotta
do
wait for
it?
the
Is
reveal.
that gonna solve my problem?
Don't tell me you're almost done. I've still got to make the connection of the cheeks.
Yeah. I'm now looking for like a really specific piece of Lego, so it might take me a while. But I don't even know if I have.
All right,
That's
I'm swinging back up into the lead then. All right, cool.
you're okay. You reckon you're? Can you? You're not
All finishing
deconstructing, are
time.
you, Kev?
Oh no. I'm doing layering for like texture. You know. It was a little bit
right,
too-
okay.
It
I
was
could
too
do
thin
that
before.
texture.
So are you? So when I build Legos, I'm very abstract with my Legos. I think that's very evident from immediate use of the Waygate. I think I don't know, we may be 15 minutes in, and Michael was like, "That's very abstract you got going on there, wrong." Whereas his was basically like he worked in construction, type literal.
Yeah.
And Kev is more on the accurate side, I would say, but with a little bit of abstract in there, a little bit of fun and quirkiness.
Yeah.
When you're making Legos, like, are you trying to make it as realistic as possible? Are you getting out there in abstracts? Like, what's your approach here?
I think I'm a sort of maybe a something in the middle. Like I feel like there's like a little bit of realism, but a bit of like I'm gonna say impressionism, as if I'm one of the great artists, like as if I'm Van Gogh. Bit of impression.
I'm trying to make an ideal connection to Van Gogh as a name now, and it's
Van Toe.
Van Toe. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, that's amazing.
That might work.
I love that. That's great.
Will this work?
All right, Sulin, I have a question. I don't always like to ask. It depends, but I think this is a fun one because I know you reasonably well. We've been to a few cons together. We're both in the UK, so like we've been to events together and stuff. So I sometimes I ask people this question, sometimes I don't. I think you're going to be a good one to ask this too. What is something about yourself you always wish people would ask you?
That's a good one.
I haven't asked this on Lego Talks before, but I have asked this on my podcast before. So
I think I remember this question actually.
maybe I asked you, Kev. Actually, I feel like I
think you
might
might
have
have.
asked you.
I think you might have. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Kev who you asked.
I say I don't pull it out very often, but I was like, I was just feeling this question today.
So I wish people would ask about me. Maybe like, you know, I'm not afraid to tell stupid stories about myself, as you probably guessed. So perhaps what I would like is people to ask me, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to think of, like the question that you could ask it to enable me to tell stupid anecdotes. Because I'm not afraid.
Okay, so a stupid anecdote. Okay, so tell me about a time that in the moment you did something, you're like, oh, this was really embarrassing. I can't believe I did that. But now you actually look back fondly and laugh about and enjoy telling the story of if it comes up.
Okay, hang on. Let's think about that again. So in the moment I was really embarrassed.
Yeah, so you did something and it embarrassed you at the time, but now when you look back at it, you're like, actually, no, that's really funny. And it's a story that I don't mind telling. So I'll give you an example. I'm not sure it comes on embarrassing, but it is crazy. So for me, my crazy one is I was supposed to take a trip to America. It was my first trip ever to America for a girl. And that went sideways very quickly, right at the last second. I took the trip anyway, made friends on the first night, went out, got robbed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not whilst out. I got robbed in my hotel room whilst passed out, very drunk, having had like barely no sleep for like 50 hours or something crazy like that. And woke up. The girl's family felt bad for me and then made me hang out with them for the week anyway and stay with them. And it was like one of the best weeks ever. It obviously started out with me being dumped and robbed. So, you know, it's a hilarious story that sounds crazy and wild and people are like, oh my God. But, you know, I enjoy telling sometimes. I don't tell a lot, but, you know, sometimes I share that and people are like, oh my God. And it's like, no, it's a fun story. So anything like that.
I guess like, I might have actually, I don't know. I feel like I might have told you this already, Rob, because I've told you some inane rubbish about myself. The story of when
we did spend your name day the other week just sitting on like benches in a park, just chatting shit, didn't we? So
yeah. Did I tell you the story about going to hospital when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, because I ate too many carrots?
Kev has not heard this story, but I have.
I haven't heard this one.
Okay.
This is a good story. This is a.
So
there we go. I love this.
I have like, you know, the ADHD. So, but pre-ADHD diagnosis, and pre-impulse control disorder diagnosis, I went through a phase where I ate a lot of carrots. And by a lot of carrots, I mean I would walk home from school, which was about 1.5 miles, and about 90% of the way home, I would stop at the Co-op, which is a little mini supermarket, and buy an entire kilogram bag of carrots, which I would eat. that whole bag in that day. And this probably went on for 6 months before I went bright yellow / orange.
That's a lot of carrots.
It's a lot of carrots.
Kevin's face is brilliant right now.
So my mum
If you're
took
listening
me
on the
into,
podcast, you need to come check out the video because his face is just so like, what?
My mum took me into A&E, and they were like, well, she's orange. She's an Oompa Loompa. And
She's
they
an
couldn't
Oompa Loompa.
they couldn't believe it. Like they couldn't believe that I'd eaten that many carrots, basically. And my mum was like, no, you know, she eats them every day. And they were just like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I like the taste of them, which I do. Like, I absolutely adore the taste of carrots. And for me, it was like, well, that's a perfectly reasonable and natural thing. And so they ended up taking, they'd never seen anything like it before. So they ended up taking me down to the medical photographer. So if you ever look in a textbook for hyperkeratina, you will see photos of my hands and my feet.
Can I Google this? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me the name of it.
Hyperkeratina. Yeah.
Hyperkeratina.
Is that gonna? I'm not sure that's quite gonna do what I want it to do, but we're getting a bit late now. Yeah. That was a bit wild. And like definitely like not the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. But probably one of the most stupid things I'm willing to admit to on the podcast on a podcast.
Fair. By the way, the most hilarious thing. So I've gone Googling and images. Obviously, I'm not going to point out like, you know, whether I think I see you or not. It doesn't matter.
You can't tell. It's just like hands and feet.
Exactly. I'm just seeing hands and stuff. But as I'm scrolling down, there are lots of people comparing their skin to people that obviously don't have this condition, you know, soles of feet, things like that. There's one face that comes up. Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And that's just tickled me. Yeah, Ash Cove thought she heard it wrong. Too many carrots. No, correct. Too many carrots,
correct. I had vitamin A poisoning. Like that's like carrots. One raw carrot is like over 100% of your daily recommended intake of vitamin A. So obviously, with the amount I was eating, I was making myself really unwell. And I still have to be kind of careful with myself about eating carrots now.
Are you sensitive to carrots as a result?
Well, I still really like carrots, obviously. But like, I just have to be careful because I have an impulse control disorder. So I don't know, like if it's like partly as well the ADHD, but it's like I don't do things in moderation. It's like I'll be like, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's do it 1,000,000 times. You know, it's like go hard or go home, right?
This is
true.
true.
A little bit of the ADHD as well, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just have to be careful, and like I've actually like past maybe 6 months or so, I haven't bought any carrots because I would buy a bag and then they'd all go really quickly, and I have to be like, oh, you've done it again.
So what I'm hearing is when I have a party and I invite you over,
no carrot sticks.
No carrot sticks. So, but like celery, cucumber, that's all good.
Celery's foul.
So the celery is safe.
Cucumber, I love cucumber.
Cucumber, okay, nice.
You guys
Kev,
like
you look
cucumber?
like you're pulling together the final pieces.
I am.
You know,
they're a little bit
that
finicky.
vibe from you. Okay.
They're a little bit trickier than I was expecting, but I think I've nearly.
Okay, nice. And
Sulin,
while you've been telling us about the carrot incident, how are your cheeks looking?
I mean, as I get more, as I just keep adding more stuff to it, so it's getting more abstract now because I'm just not stopping.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop. I was like, I'm just adding bricks for the sake of adding bricks at this stage. So, yeah, I was
I
like,
don't
no,
know
I've got to
what this
stop there.
second hole I'm making is, but
I beg your
screw
pardon.
it. Exactly.
Is that so you can do dual spears? Is that what it's about?
It could. Oh my god! Wait, I can use the flame.
Oh, God, the little flame.
Can
Amazing.
have the taint.
Gotta have gotta have the taint in the butt rock. I don't know. Okay, here's the serious question. Do you think Melindra is going to approve of the butt rock that you have made? And that goes to both of you.
No.
No.
Approve. I think she'd recognize the effort put into it. You know, I think she'd applaud it. Maybe less efficient than she would have gone for, but
Okay. Yeah, I feel like she's going to appreciate the how useful the butt rock I've made is, but not how accurate it is. And I've just made my roommate die of laughter with that statement. It is a fun statement.
I've just
So-
added lions to mine, so
Oh, okay.
it's really
Wow.
abstract now.
It's sounding very abstract. So
all right, I'll take that as my cue to finish the connection process.
okay, go for it. Well, while you're finishing off, folks, whether you're listening on Kev's podcast or whether you're watching this back on the YouTubes, please make sure you are following Kev's podcast. It's hilarious. Go check out the special edition from is it April 1st last year or the year before, Kev? The
Oh
special
yeah,
episode.
the April 1st. Yep, 2022 April 1st
20
episode.
yeah, that's a beautiful episode. Please make sure you check that one out. That's definitely my favorite Kev episode.
I think it's the one I worked the hardest on.
Yeah.
You know, I spent the most time getting it just right, and I kind of can consider it like the pinnacle of my work, so to speak.
I mean, there was it took a lot of balance to get that so well tuned.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that people should appreciate. So please go if you're watching on YouTube and you're like, I need a podcast in my life. Kev's podcast is great. Chats with me, chats with friends, and is just the different segments he puts together and the moments he pulls out are beautiful. So please make sure you go and check those out. And if you're listening on the podcast and you actually want to see us building the Legos, then you can just hop over to my channel here and we will get more regular at doing this once I get, once life gets a little better. So with the TV show coming out, it's going to be chaos. So that might be.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. It's that. What are we at now? 20 days or something?
Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh.
Yeah.
Our countdown couldn't even drink legally in the US anymore. It's still with you guys.
This is true.
But, you know.
I mean, let's be honest, people here, the countdown will still be drinking at 12. Sulin, you ready?
Yeah, hang on. A
reveal?
question I need to ask for unrelated reasons is: do we think Gaul would have a mustache?
Do we
Or is he
think Gaul would have a
clean-shaven?
stash? I think he's clean shaven.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
So, and Nils has asked a question in chat. How long till my KiriCon? That is, that's a good question. It's like
Look in your calendar, Nils.
4 weeks away.
It's less than a month.
4 weeks. Yeah, it's 4 weeks today. Wow. So that's coming around fast. But yeah. Okay. I'll go first if you like. So unless someone wants to go first.
Please.
Okay.
You go first.
So
Rob.
mine is more like it's like the actual butt rock. It's more impressive from a certain side. So this is the front here. So it's just like, as you see, like, it's cheek shaped, so to speak. But then when I flip it around, you see there's quite the crevice is there between the cheeks. And
Is it a hollow crevice?
But here's the thing, okay? Because a butt rock is there for quenching of spears. That is the whole purpose of butt rock, as Mel tells the story. So to make sure this is a true butt rock, I have my spear, and I shall now quench the spear. And here's the best bit: it holds the spear for me. So
I think she'll
That
be
is-
impressed. Yeah.
This is why I think Mel would be impressed. I now have a butt rock spear holder. That is what I've made there. Yeah. So
Impressive.
thank you. It's I can't remember.
Would you rest
Like-
your spear in that butt rock, Sulin?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like
I
that?
as long as Mel approves, then I'm okay with it. So because Mel is she's the aficionado on butt rock. So Kev, let's see what you've made.
All right. Let me move the mic a little bit. All right.
I'm excited.
So I
Kev always
tried-
makes the greatest things.
I tried to make stubby little legs to build off of, so that didn't really work perfectly. But so we have, a nice layered cheek effect.
Oh wow, that's
Nice booty. It's from a horizontal view. It looks a little bit more cheek-like for the perspective. And then if you want to get in real close, you can see right in the middle the little tire for the little booty hole.
Oh,
nice.
stunning.
That's very impressive. That's very
You
impressive.
could grab those.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
look there's ample space to squeeze and grip. So I like
And
it.
there's
Very
just
impressive.
a faint crack between as well. You can see
Yeah.
you get a little bit of light between the crack there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nicely done, Kev. Very, very
Thank you.
impressive. Sulin, show us
Okay,
what
I'm
you
going to
have
show
made.
you it from the side before I show you the full effect. So from here, it looks a little like you can see the lions at the top.
Right, yes. It's a majestic butt rock.
it's a
These are
majestic
Andor's
look,
cheeks. Yeah.
right?
Andor's cheeks,
so,
yeah.
Well, I think it's actually Ghoul's cheeks. So here we go round, and then to give you, oh wait, where did I put Ghoul? And here's Ghoul.
Oh, okay. So this is why you're asking. Has a spear. Amazing. I love that.
Well, I had to decide if it was going to be clean shaven or not.
I see why you asked now. Yeah.
So, and then here is the top. Oh no, hang on.
Oh,
Here
did
is the
something fall?
top. Yeah. And then, so this is if it's had the taint, it twizzles,
It twizzles. Oh my god.
it turns, and then you open the flap,
As you do to poop.
Yeah.
and I might have to deconstruct it because I let the thing fall. Come on. Hang on.
Did you get it
Bear with
stuck
me.
in butt rock?
Is this a reverse prolapse kind of situation?
Hang on. Oh, come on.
It's like stuck inside instead of coming out.
Hang on. We might have to deconstruct it slightly.
I mean, be careful because we will want a photo afterwards. So you'll have to
God,
put it back
okay,
together.
hang on.
Don't be too
But
violent.
don't.
How am I going to do this? Oh, God. The comedic timing of this is so poor.
This is build up. No, we're vamping. This is like
The tension. Yeah. I feel the
can-
no pressure at all. Like
Well,
we know it's in there, so we believe you it's in there, don't worry.
yeah, I'm going to have to deconstruct it slightly. Hang on. I just need to pull the bottom off of the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake that butt. Yeah, exactly. Shake that butt.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, like
healthy.
Wolf River is saying, yeah, shake that butt there. I love what they're saying in here. So Ashkova said that's an impressive crack, Rob. Wolf Brother loves those cheeks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and Fast Rider pointing out the song would go quench the spears. This is true.
Mhm.
Nils really appreciates the gratuitous close-up, but it was a nice butt rock, Kev, so nicely done.
Thank you.
And Ashkova definitely appreciates the symmetry.
It was the only way to achieve the side of the booty hole effect. Yeah.
Yeah, the booty hole effect. And Nils is saying hashtag twizzling taint. So how do we feel about that one? Because we know that Cuddle Puddle is not something you've appreciated on other shows. Yeah,
The look up.
the look. Oh, woof. Oh, I
You can
felt
say
that.
twizzling. You can say taint. You can't say twizzling.
No, so hashtag twizzling taint is not okay.
Hashtag taint is fine.
What
What I was building up to was the
Okay,
fact
here we
that-
go.
Let's get this.
Here we go.
Hang on, wait.
Let's solo it. Solo it. This.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, who's just a little constipated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's That's amazing.
You've done something magical here.
Yeah. So that's just
Got
the
a
way that's hanging off the
dingleberry.
side. Yeah, I got a dingleberry on the go. That's brilliant.
Ghoul's dingleberry.
They say it's well worth the wait, so don't worry.
Yes, I agree.
Sorry.
That's okay. I think that brings another Lego Talks of time to close. That was a lot of fun. I'm
It
not
was
usually
worth the
done so
build-up.
fast, so it felt very relaxing for me. I felt very chilled. I realized we're about 20 minutes in, and I was about 2/3 done. I was like, I'm just like nailing it this week. I'm going to cruise. So that was a fun experience for me. But Kev, symmetry and the creation with your Sulin was I love the 3 different approaches we've gotten there. So thank you everyone for listening. Kev, thank you for doing this with me once again. I appreciate it. It's always fun. And Sulin, thanks for
that. Yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to say? You look like you're holding back tears a little bit.
No, I just I want everyone who's got Lego at home to let you guys know so they can volunteer to be on the pod.
Yes.
Yeah. We could always use a list of people to come on. So it's well, look, Kylie's in chat. Kylie loves watching. So thank you, Kylie. We appreciate that. Kylie, maybe do you have Lego, Kylie, or do you have access to Lego? Maybe you want to come join us, you know. We just love having people on who just want to chat, have some fun, and build Lego while we're doing it. So
Or have you got a niece or nephew that you can steal Lego from?
I think she does.
there we go. Yeah. So we'll take pictures of these folks and they will be posted out for you to enjoy on the social media platforms. And obviously, regardless whether you're watching or listening, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, whatever is appropriate for whatever platform you're on. And we'll see you all next time. So enjoy more of the peaceful music, folks. So,
Goodbye. Bye.